Hello, everybody. Hello. I am never, ever here on Facebook Live at this time. But I just wanted to say hi to everybody. And I had such a powerful word. It was somewhere around like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. this morning. And I received a text message from somebody. And I haven't seen this person in a very, very long time, and so like we just got to chatting and everything. And this person is like, oh, well, you mentioned that you're married. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, so there's another scam on my phone. A whole lot has been going on with my phone. So I was like, okay, so there's another scam on my phone. And because like the person who I'm used to talking to with that number knows that I'm married, right? So I'm like, why is he asking me if I'm married, or he doesn't know that I'm married? And then I said, yes, I am, honey. Like, I'm not just married. I am very, very married. And he said, okay, oh, madam. Okay. Anyway, and then he said, and I hope God blessed you with children. And I hope God blessed you with children. I want y'all to please listen to my podcast that is titled, What If God Doesn't Do It, right? What if God doesn't do it? Anyway, so I said, we're fine. Hi, Delisha. Hi, Auntie Ngozi. Hey, Pei. And it was just so funny to me because he said, I hope that God blessed you with children. And I said, oh, we're fine. And that was it. Small talk. And I got off the phone. Anyway, now what shocked me? Well, did it shock me? No. It just made me think, right? And I started thinking, what if God didn't bless us with children? Like, what if God didn't? And so what? Because like there used to be a time in my life where I would be like, oh my God, like I'll be too ashamed to even answer that question. But what if God didn't bless you with children? Is that the end of your life? Like, that's it, right? You can't even answer people anymore. You can't even talk anymore. And so when I got off the phone, like I was like, oh wow, thank you, Jesus, because I am in such a place of contentment. If he does it, fine. If he doesn't, fine. And that's a good place to be, because where I used to be, where I used to be, I was putting pressure on myself, putting pressure on my ovaries, putting pressure on my mind, putting pressure on my husband, putting pressure on life, putting pressure on God. God knows what he's doing. Anyway, this whole live, this very, very short impromptu live has nothing to even do with children, but this is just an example to what I want to say. Him asking me, hope God blessed you with children, that meant that he had an expectation. And there are so many people, I know a lot of people, even black people, who do not want children. I know people who get married and they have in mind that they do not want children. But a lot of people just don't understand that, especially people who have a lot of kids. They don't understand how somebody just wouldn't want kids. Well, there are people like that. So I just really want to mention 3 points. Okay, number 1 is, please stop putting pressure on people to have children. Okay, children come from God, and people are complete with or without children. And let me also say this: when you were created, God brought you into this world with a purpose. You have a purpose, you have a mission, and you have an assignment. Being married is not an accomplishment. Having children is not an accomplishment. Now, is it a blessing? Yes. Will it enhance where you are headed? Yes. But for some people, marriage and children really do impede their progress. Okay, like there are people who literally cannot be successful because they have children, because they pour all of their attention to the children. And by the time that the children are gone, like they're 50 or 60, not everybody knows how to manage and prioritize both their business and school and children. You understand? So having children and being married, because I know a lot of people like who take marriage as, like it is a big deal. It's a crown, and they walk around with their nose in the air. Like, I know people like that. I know people like who ask me if I have children, and then I say not yet, and then they like, it doesn't click in their head what that means, and then they say, oh well, I have 5 or I have 10. Thank God though, I don't know what I would have done without those children. No, I really like insensitivity, even though I know that they don't mean any harm, but that's insensitive. However, thank God that I'm not wired like that. I am concentrating on the mission and on the purpose that God has given to me. Because there is no guarantee that your children are going to take care of you when you get old. There is no guarantee. If you did not save your money for a caregiver to take care of you, you could probably end up in a nursing home. I am not saying that that's what's going to happen, but people really, really need to start focusing on the legacy that they're going to leave behind, and not for the next generation, but for the next centuries. Okay, for the next centuries. A lot of people tell me, oh my gosh, like you work so hard and you work like a horse, and you're just like, I don't work for the next generation. I work for the next century. The way that I structure everything that I do with my business, with my ministry, everything that I do is not for the next generation, passing the baton to my daughter or to my son. It is for the next centuries. Excuse me. I have set up things in a way that even when my children are 90 years old, like their own children will be able to take over, and those children's children will be able to take over. Why? Because my head is about, it's not just about longevity, it's about legacy. Okay, it's not just about longevity, it's about legacy, and that goes into the centuries. So I just really, really want to encourage us to focus on the primary assignment in our life, okay, which is your mission, your purpose, what God has called you to do, without strings attached and without assumptions. You cannot assume that because you have a child, that child is going to take care of you. You cannot assume that that child is going to want to be interested in your company and take over. You cannot assume, because after all, I know a lot of parents who are not even having any plans of passing the baton. So please, the Bible says to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Now, what that pretty much means is that you need to be alert and you need to be present. You need to know what's going on. So trying to get things that are totally out of your control, which is marriage, which is children. There are certain things that are just out of your control, especially the children part. There's certain things that are totally out of your control. So please do not attach your worth to having children or to getting married. There are people who are married that are just praying to God, looking for an opportunity to fall out of the marriage. Like some people are just, oh God, please just give me an opportunity to get out of here. Or Lord, if I didn't have these children, like I would have had a PhD by now. So please do not attach your worth to children or to marriage or to a job. All of that is a blessing from God. Do you know what your responsibility is? Your responsibility is not to go out and run off and get married to just any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Your responsibility is not to lay on your back and have children. And if you do, God bless you. Do you understand? But your responsibility is to find out what you were created for, what your purpose is on this earth. The world is a big puzzle and you are a piece of it. Are you fitting into it, or are you wandering? Are you wandering, or do you fit right into it? This is the type of questions that you should be asking yourself, especially when you hit 30 and 40. There is no time for foolishness. There's no time for it at all. So please stop putting people under pressure about children or no children or God would do it. Oh, don't worry. Like, when I tell people that I am very content, you are looking at a woman here who has tried IUIs. I have done IVFs. I have done dexamethasone. I have taken the type of medication that I could literally hear my heart beat. Okay, I have had HSG. I have had hypostimulated ovaries. Do you even know what that means? Like, that means that you look like you're 10 months pregnant. You can't lay down because water will literally come out of your nose when you lay down. Like, you're drowning within yourself because you're trying to have a child. Look, God is fully aware of all the attempts that my husband and I have tried to have children. And right now, you see this woman? Right now, I am in a place of where I am building a legacy. And people will say, okay, so then who are you going to pass it over to? I will pass it to whoever is available. I am not stupid. I am mentoring a lot of people now. And whoever God sees fit to succeed me, if he doesn't give me my own children, is what will happen. Do you understand? I am not wallowing in self-pity or worried about my future. I am working on whatever I need to work on. Of course, I'm not stupid. I'm going to keep on trying till I can't try anymore. And that day will never come because I believe that God will answer my prayers. But I'm not just going to sit down and just wait. I'm not going to do that. I am building a legacy with the ministry, with my company, with my marriage, with everything that concerns me. And I am not doing it with the mind of, oh, God needs to give me children so they can succeed this, or so I can hand this over. No. I am in a place in my life, like I said, and I just want to just give you this leaf, give you this branch to stop putting pressure on yourself by attaching yourself to things that you can't even control. Trying to have a child is something that you flat out just cannot control. You can't control that. But do you know what you can control? You can control your passion. You can control your mission on earth. You can control your purpose on earth. Do you understand? You can control your purpose. Let me say hi. Oh, hey Amanda. Hey girl. Did you get my WhatsApp message? Go check your WhatsApp, lady. Go check it, okay? Amanda, I love you, girl. You look lovely. Thank you, mama. You know, I went for those pictures today. Eugene, hey, Eugene, it's been a long time. Hi, Melissa. It's really awesome seeing you. It's been such a long time. I'm planning on coming to Cleveland next year. I was actually planning on coming this year, but you know what's going on, so we'll see. Oh, next year. Okay, so we are in the year that I was already planning to. So, Melissa, you may see me. You may see me. Antungozi, it's so good to see you. Delisha, girl, it's good to see you. Patience, it's good to see you. It's been a while. And I see some other people here. Blossom Rollins, it's good to see you. God bless you. Thank you for being here. I have to look been at work all day. Girl, I know you are such a hard worker. And you know what, Amanda? Because I'm talking about hardworking people. This is what we need to be doing. Gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pressing. Do not equate your worth with a man, with a woman, with a company, with a business, with money. Don't do that. It's not wise. Hi, Sky Blue. Different name, but okay. Don't do that. You know, like, just focus on your mission. Focus on your purpose. Focus on your purpose, Amanda. You're doing such a great job. Focus on your mission. Today, I had the opportunity of being invited by Mrs. Patience Tumba to her organization. It's actually here somewhere in the thread. And, you know, and I was talking to them about goals, you know, and you have to chase your God-given purpose. Otherwise, like, you're just going to waste your time. You're just going to waste your time. A lot of wastage. Okay, so let's think about legacy. Let's stop putting pressure on people and putting pressure on ourselves over things that we cannot control. If it's something that you can control, fine. You know, if it's something that you can't control, fine. You know, but let's stop doing that. Who is that? Let me say hi to this person. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you, girl. You know what? I was actually talking to everybody about purpose, and my friend Oyine, she is a purpose-driven human being. This is a woman who already had her children, already finished her degrees, finished everything, and then she wakes up one day and she's like, I am going back to medical school. And I was like, you have to be crazy. Like, you just got to be crazy. This is what my friend Oyine did. But that's somebody who was thinking about purpose. because she knew that, okay, yes, I have this degree, I have these children, I have this husband, I am in a content and comfortable place in my life. But she knew deep down on the inside of her that she wouldn't be as content and as comfortable in her life if she didn't go back to medical school, because that's really, really what she wanted to do. So let me ask you, are you in the job that you really, really want to be at? Do you love your job? Do you even like what you're studying? Do you like it? Do you like where you are? Excuse me, and I'm trying to silence this phone. Do you like where you are? Do you enjoy doing what you're doing? Are you just enduring it? Come on, y'all. You gotta do what you were created to do, okay? A lot of us are getting too old to just be doing stuff and be patching here and there. You can't be patching anymore. Type that. No more patching. Hi, Auntie Lizzie. No more patching. If you're 60 years old and what you want to do is medicine, you go ahead and do it. If you want to be a model, you go ahead and do it. Okay? You go ahead and do it. But you have to do it now. Wow, this is relevant. If you only knew. Aw. Thank you, Amanda. You have to focus on what God has called you to do. You cannot keep distracting yourself. You just can't. You cannot keep distracting yourself. I remember, oh, hey, young lady. Our girl, Koluba. This girl, she knows how to hook a red carpet dress. You are an amazing young lady. I have seen all of your works, all of your dresses, all of your designing, and you are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. I knew when you moved to New York. I follow you, and I think that you were just absolutely amazing, young lady. You are absolutely amazing. I remember when you sent out a message about an engagement that you had canceled, and that took a lot of courage. And that's what I'm talking about this evening, this purpose. When somebody doesn't fit where you're headed, why are you still with the person? What are you doing? There is no time. Like, do you understand? I work in an arena where I see people die. Do you understand? I put people in body bags. So I know that there is no time for foolishness. If somebody is not supposed to be in your life, you got to move on. Okay? Because we have such a short time on earth to accomplish what God has brought us here to do. Okay? Now, before I leave, let me actually tell you about this hair. Now, this is all mine, and I got it trimmed. And I am actually very, very proud of it. Let me tell you why. Because there was a time in my life that I was extremely bitter. Extremely bitter that nothing on my body grew. I'm telling you, my nails was not growing, hair was not growing, everything was stunted. When you are dealing with emotional baggage and you do not take care of your baggage, when you do not take out the trash, okay, everything will clog up on the inside of you and there will be no room to heal. None whatsoever. Okay, so when I made up my mind that I was going to heal, hair started growing. Hair started growing, nails started growing, even my circle of friends, authentic people started growing, not fake people and people who are just out to use me and diss me and just squeeze me. You know? Like those people, like you just know that a snake has bitten you, you know? That's where I used to find myself. I'm not in that place anymore because I decided to focus on my mission. So that is your antidote. That is your antidote, is to focus on your mission and make sure that you get healed from whatever is sickening you. Okay? Make sure that you get healed from whatever emotional disease, mental disease, spiritual disease, whatever disease. Have the courage to go back to school and do what you really, really want to do. Okay? Have the courage to do what you really, really want to do. Even if you're 50 years old, just stop what you're doing and go do what you really, really want to do. There is no time. You're going to wake up one day and you're 50 years old. There is no time. There is no time. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today because it was really, really strong on my mind. You know, when that guy asked me, hope God blessed you with children. Hope. You know, so And my next thing was, what if he didn't bless us with children? You know, what if, what if you don't get married? What if you don't get that house? What if you don't get that car? What if you don't get those immigration papers? What if you can't get that divorce? Like, really, what if? Do you even have a plan just in case? Is there a plan, or have you fixated everything on this one plan? Is everything on this one plan? Have you banked everything on this one plan? You've banked your whole life on this man. You've banked your whole life on this woman. You've banked your whole life on these children. You better make sure those children don't end up in jail, because you may die. Why? Because you banked everything on those children. You better make sure that man acts right, because if he cheats on you, you may die. You better make sure that woman behaves herself, because if she stepped out on you, or if she asks you for a divorce, you may run crazy. You better make sure that you don't, just make sure that your boss loves you and that you don't have any problems at work. Because if you lose that job, or if you're laid off, or if there is a conspiracy at work or whatever, and you just find yourself in the middle of it, you better make sure that you can survive it, because you put everything into that job. You put everything into that job. You can't do that. You got to put everything into the purpose that God has for you. And let me say this. Your purpose is not necessarily your passion. Your purpose is not necessarily your passion. God told me to move to Nigeria in 2011. He told me to do my NYSC, and my father was like, "You must be crazy." Anyway, so when my family realized that I was serious, when they finally realized, okay, like she's serious, like she's moving here, y'all. I get to Nigeria, and my father's trying to hook me up with CBN, and he's trying to hook me up with every kind of big shot in Nigeria. And I was like, "Dad, I can't even work for you." And I told him, I said, "I can't even work for you. I know that I'm supposed to be a CRK teacher." And everybody just laughed. And everybody laughed because the teachers at the time in Nigeria were praying to God to not teach. And then here comes somebody from America asking to teach. It was strange, but I was doing exactly what I knew that I was supposed to do. It wasn't my passion, okay? Because I couldn't even imagine teaching first grade to 12th grade. But that's what I was told to do. And I found myself teaching these students literally from grade 1 to grade 12. Okay, I was writing syllabuses, and I was teaching big classes, 40 people in one class, and 20 people in the next, and 50 people in the next. And then they took an exam with my class. And do you know, because I used to stutter. I used to stutter so bad. The stuttering ended. These children started to come to me for counseling, and then their parents started to come to me for counseling. And then I found myself in the helps department of life. I found myself doing a radio show. I found myself on television. This is a woman who couldn't speak without stuttering. Oyina said, "I remember when I saw you in the school when you were teaching." Yes, girl. Mrs. Olu says, "Oh, good morning, ma'am." Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate your consistency. You've been really, really consistent with your Facebook lives. I watch them once in a while. Thank you. And Dr. Tola is here. Awesome. This is so impromptu because y'all know that I do my official Facebook lives on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. That's a pitch. But this was just really, really strong on my heart. Like really, really strong. So that's why I'm saying it. And I hope it resonates with you. But you see, going to Nigeria for those years, it opened massive doors for me. I mean, I started my business. I ended up winning the International Business Woman Award of the Year in London. And that's because I was in Nigeria doing business. I sold quail eggs. When I tell people that I sold crates of eggs, and not just eggs, but quail eggs, when I tell people that, they're like, please. Yeah. Okay? I was selling fabrics. I was selling all kinds of stuff because I found myself in a place that opened that type of door. And then children started to come to me for counseling. And then, like now, I have a lot of them like who find me on Facebook. Oh, Mrs. Akomolafe, Mrs. Akomolafe. You know, very few people call me Mrs. Akomolafe, but they do. And some of them now work for me. Like it's just full circle. Some of them tell me that my advice in class helped them through college. And I'm like, what? College? Like, I can't even believe that some of them are doing their master's now and their PhD, and then it tells me how old I am. It tells me how old I am, but it also tells me how young I was at the time. And that makes me really, really proud of myself, that as young as I was, as naive as I was, because I was very naive when I got married. I was very, very naive when I took on that job. I was very naive when I just left everything in America, moved to another country. Yes. Oh, well, OMENESA, it's your country, so it's not another country. No, it was a culture shock for me, because wherever you weren't raised in will be a culture shock. So I am proud of myself for that. Learning how to cook like Nigerian food and everything, like everything that I have become and everything that I'm doing now, even in my organization, my businesses, the ministry that God has given to me, all of that was because of that one act of obedience. Going to Nigeria, refusing every big deal job, and taking on this very, very humbling job as a teacher. Just imagine. But every break time at school, these students will stand in line in my office waiting for counseling. And a lot of the teachers just couldn't understand it. What is so special about her? And you know what? At some point I had to ask myself too, I don't even have the answers to this. Like, I'm looking for somebody's office to queue in front of. I'm looking for somebody to help me with my marriage. Like, I'm looking for somebody to help me with my finances. And here comes all these people standing in line. But you know what? Like, that encouraged me. And that told me that I had something. So your purpose may not necessarily be your passion, but whatever you use what you have in your hand, like when you use what you have in your hand, God will completely turn that into a platform, or he will turn that into a test that you've passed, because it could be a test. Okay? Actually, life is full of tests. So don't question God when he tells you to do something. All he probably just needs to hear is yes, and boom, some other door will open that has absolutely nothing to do with that yes. That has absolutely nothing to do with that thing that he told you to do. But all he wanted to do was, or all he wanted to hear was your yes. Yes, I'll do it. Or it could just be an open door to your platform. So don't walk around looking for passion. Okay? And don't even walk around looking for platform. Walk around looking for purpose. Walk around looking for purpose. Okay, I am deep in the hospice field. I have such a passion and such a purpose for hospice nursing, anything that has to do with end of life, anything that has to do with death, writing books for people who are about to die, bathing people who are about to die, encouraging them, singing for them, holding their hands. This is a part of my ministry. And I also did that with my mother. So it's just so, it was never a passion for me until I literally started to find myself in the presence of cancer patients, in the presence of geriatric patients, in the presence of hospice patients. And it was a no-brainer, it was a no-brainer. Okay, there's probably something here. So don't be distracted. Okay, you may probably have something there. When children are clinging onto you all of the time, you may need to open a crèche. Or maybe every hair product on the face of this earth. You probably need to sell the products. The way that I actually started my carrot oil was because of my skin. And then I started selling fabrics. And that's because I got so many compliments, and people would tell me that I really, really know how to combine all of the colors. And so I started to combine colors for people. And then I started to travel out of the country. And then I started to just travel all over the world to supply fabrics. And then when I was buying fabrics, then I saw jewelry. And then I didn't want to buy jewelry, just one jewelry here and one jewelry here. And then so I had to learn how to get the jewelry wholesale. And then I had to find out the country that does that wholesale, so I don't lose so much money and so I could make a massive profit. Hello, Enobong, you know. And so then that took me to another line of business. And then I saw purses, and then I saw this, and then I saw gold, and then I started to sell gold. And, you know, so use what you have in your hand. Stop waiting for some big thing to happen, and stop waiting for your children to take over from you, because they really may not. They may not. Okay, the Bible says that you should run your race. Focus on your salvation with fear and trembling, which means be alert. Be alert, okay? Your race has absolutely nothing to do with anybody. Now listen, life is not a competition, but it is a relay. It is a relay. Type it there. Life is a relay. It is a relay. It's a relay. So you got to keep on running. You got to keep on running. Okay? You have got to keep on running. Your happiness cannot depend on your children, your husband, your wife, your job. Your happiness will come from you fulfilling your purpose. And remember, your purpose is not necessarily your passion. But when you use whatever you have in your hand, your daily bread, whatever you have in your hand, you really, really never know. You could end up owning a bakery. You never know. And that bakery could open big doors for you. Huge channels of riches for you. Let me see who's here. Life is a relay and not a competition. True. Afiniki, it's so good to see you, Mama. Mair. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you for being here. Afiniki, Oyine. All of you, thank you so much for being here. Hey, I didn't even plan on doing this, but I'm just going to make this quick announcement. Every Tuesday, 2 p.m. on my personal page. So not on this page. Okay, but my personal page, that's still the same name, but it's my fan page. Please meet me there. Okay, I will be talking about absentee fathers, people who were raised in dysfunctional families. You probably had a father, but he really wasn't a father. You know, like he underdid or he overdid or he never did. You would find out that when you were raised with an abusive father, an emotionally distant father, a toxic father, an alcoholic father, a narcissistic father, a father who beat you to where you were bleeding and swollen, a perfectionist father, like when you were raised with an absentee father, okay, you would find out that your marriage could be very, very tough. You misinterpret what people are saying. Your whole perspective in life is very, very flawed. So that's my topic next week at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. I already did the part 1 last week Tuesday, so I'm doing the part 2. Please join me at 2 p.m. USA time. So please look on the internet, like to see what time is going to be for you in your region. But please do join me, okay? Absentee Father part 2. You already know my podcast and everything. You can go on podbean.com. You can go on Spotify. You can go on Anchor. Type in my name. Boom. You can listen to my podcast. You can go on YouTube as well. Boom. Type in my name and you could see all of my music videos, all of my preachings, all of my teachings, all of my seminars. You could see it all there. And the spring semester of my university, Emotional Healing University, we resume on Monday, and classes are full. I am so sorry. So I don't even know why I'm making this announcement. I think I'm gloating. Because classes are full till April. Emotional Healing University. Please like us on Facebook and like us on Instagram. We are growing. We have over 250 students, and God has been so grateful. God has been so grateful to us. My bestie says you look good. Oh, girl, it takes one to know one. Thank you. So be praying for us at Emotional Healing University. Be praying for all the departments in my business. And the young lady who is a designer, she came in from Kentucky, but now I know that she lives in New York. Try to hook up with me, young lady. I had sent you a message the day that you moved here, but you probably didn't get it. And I told you that you are more than welcome to visit us at church. You can call me anytime. I'm here for you. I love all of your designs. Okay, y'all. Please go ahead and click share. Let's tell people about legacy. Okay? Don't think about the next generation. Think about the next century. Okay? Because when you think about the next century, you're going to put in so much structure into whatever you are doing. You know, you're not going to be thinking about, okay, so he'll do the rest or she'll do the rest. No, she really may not. You know, like your children really may not be interested. Anywho, I leave thee now. Bye.